Hey everybody, happy Friday. This is it, the end of the Utopian creative project. So basically, you should have your slideshow done at this point, except you might have that last societal element to finish up. I explained that in the video from yesterday. So yesterday you chose one societal element to explain in detail, and today you're just doing the second one. If you need help on that, see the two videos from yesterday. Otherwise, the only thing you'll have left to do once you finish that is to look over your work. I know this is something that everybody always skips over, especially if you just want to get it done, if you're over the project, if you've been stressed for time. This is something that always gets kind of looked over, but it's really important. This is your first grade for the fourth quarter. And whenever you do work, you just want to make sure it's your best work. So at the very end of your overview document is this project checklist. This is a way for you to go through and step by step make sure you have everything you need. The way not to use this is to just skim through and say, yep, 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 yep. That doesn't work. Instead, as you're going through and you're reading each bullet point, make sure that you've completed the outlines for the peels. Go back to classroom and make sure that assignments is turned in. For each class, the completion rate and submission rate on that assignment is only about half. So please make sure that you have done that assignment and you have turned it in. Some of you may have done it and put it onto your slideshow, but maybe you didn't turn in the peels outline. So please make sure you go back and do that. Then are they on your final product, your slideshow, your infographic, your Prezi, your poster, whatever it may be. You should have your first peels paragraphs with MLA citations, your second one without them for the most part, unless you absolutely needed them. But your second peels paragraph was all from your head, so no citations were needed. Make sure those are in your slideshow. As you go through, although you can't like check mark these boxes, you can edit the document. So what you can do is if you find something that you didn't do, then highlight it. So if you realize like, oh crap, I didn't explain why I chose the name for my Utopia, then come up, use the highlight feature and highlight it so you know that's something you have to go back and fix. You'll notice throughout that you need visuals for almost every slide. These visuals and pictures should be related to the content that's on that slide. So if you're doing a list of 10 rules, and, for example, if I was doing my project on climate change, and one of my rules is that everybody has to bike to work or walk to work because it's eco-friendly, then I might include pictures on there of people traveling by bike. Or something that is eco-friendly. So it relates and makes sense to what I'm talking about. For most of these, I also didn't re-explain all the requirements because you literally have an entire document above that explains that. So if you don't remember, like, oh, did I do what I was supposed to do for promotion of the beliefs and the ideas? Go back to the top, read that section in the overview, and then double check your work. You should also be proofreading everything. Right? You want to make sure that you've capitalized where you need to capitalize. You are in ninth grade. It's an expectation. Spell check. Have someone else look it over. Show it to someone at home and say, hey, look what I did, the last couple of weeks in English. And do you mind just speaking at it and seeing if it makes sense? And just kind of make sure it looks good. And get somebody else's feedback on it. You can even share it with friends if you'd like, as long as you're just getting feedback and that's the only purpose for it, or having somebody else look over your work for that type of proofreading stuff to make sure that you have everything you need. It's always helpful to have a second set of eyes look over your work to give you feedback. Once you're done, make sure that that slideshow is attached onto the assignment in Classroom. Most of you, well, I commented on everybody a couple days ago that if you did not have a slideshow attached, I reminded you to do so because the project is due today. So make sure it's attached and then you turn the assignment in on Classroom. If completing a paper copy, these are only people who haven't had internet, then there's a process in place for you to drop work off to the high school office on Thursdays between 2:30 and 5, I believe it is. But call the main office if you need to double check those hours. Make sure you get your work in, and that's it, guys. I'm going to be posting some materials for next week. So your ninth grade schedule, I'm going to post about independent reading, and I'm going to help you to find books and know where to borrow books from if you need to download some ebooks because you can't get anywhere to get a book in time. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Let me know if you need anything. And otherwise, I hope you have a fabulous weekend. It's going to be beautiful. Get out, enjoy it. Bye.